Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer, and this is Captain of Industry, the factory and colony simulation game coming to PC in 2022. In the last few episodes, we've been setting up some of the basics of how we get started, and so we've got some iron being produced, we've got copper being produced, we are producing construction parts which allows us to construct things, and we've got some maintenance as well which maintains our fleet of vehicles which we've got scurrying around the map. We've got some excavators as well doing some mining. We did a little bit of mining in the last two episodes, which leads me on to what I want to get on with in this episode. I think it's going to be a short one because I just wanted to take a look again at the mining system, because I don't think I kind of did it justice in the last two episodes, and we took a quick look at it, and we do have some mining going on. So in episode number 3 we've got the iron ore mine basically, so we're excavating that, and you can see we've started to make a little bit of a dent in this iron ore deposit now, and he's just going to put his bucket of iron ore into there. And then we've got some copper over here being excavated as well, which all looks really cool. And yeah, I do like this little excavation mining system. I think it's going to be a big part of the game, and I think it's one of the things that sets it apart from other similar games, because basically we can do anything we want to the whole of this island that we've got, and maybe in future some of the other, because we do have other little things we can go and visit with our ship once we fix our ship up. But yeah, I think it definitely sets it apart from other games, I think, and makes it quite interesting and gives it a lot of scope for what you can actually do. Because basically, if I go to the bottom left here, we've got our overlay. The likes of the coal, which is brown, obviously looks to me like it's in an underground deposit, so we're going to have to dig down to that coal, do like an open cast mine in order to get that coal seam, which is, I don't know how deep it's going to be, but obviously we are going to have to dig down before we can get to that coal, unlike the iron ore and the copper deposits which are like above the surface. But we can also, as well as digging down, so not pressing escape, we just want to get rid of that. So if I wanted to get rid of this cliff edge here, we could excavate it actually, but at the same time we can also add embankments to it. So we have an area here. So I've already done the mining control tower a little bit, but what I wanted to show was this, which is the mining designation area and the dumping designation. So we've done the mining designation, so you left click on here and you can set where you want to mine, and basically you can either have it going down. So if you want to dig down, let's say we've got a mining control tower over here, and we've got I'm pretty sure there was coal over here, wasn't it? So I said we're going to have to dig down, so we're going to have to press F, which basically changes it from flat to excavate. So we haven't got a mining control tower, so it's not good. There's going to be any excavators here. But yeah, if we set it to that, you can see where it says 2. It should actually say minus. Let's get rid of that. Oh, I've done the wrong one, didn't I? So you will see it'll go from 1, which is ground level, and then hopefully -2, -3, -5, -6. So if we had a mining control tower here, the excavator would start from here, ground level, and then work its way down to the minuses until we reach that coal seam. But you don't have to just be excavating for coal. If you wanted to deform the terrain for some reason, then we can do that. So yeah, we can either excavate like we are here. So if I press F again, you see here we've got this little icon which means we're doing a level dig. So ground level at this height is 2, and we are just continuing at 2 straight across here. So I think once we've excavated this entire area, if I just get rid of that again, it looks as if some of the deposit does go deeper underground. So once I've excavated everything above ground, we can come in with the excavation tool again and actually change it this time to minus. But for now, I'm just going to continue at surface level and excavate all of this material that we have available to us. Equally, if we want to build up the terrain, we can do the dumping designation as well. Now this doesn't actually need a mining control tower, unlike the mining designation. That does require a mining control tower, just because otherwise you can't designate a excavator to it. You can see there we've got 1 excavator assigned to this tower. So if you do want to do any digging, you do have to put in a mining control tower. That, even if you're not mining for material, you're just basically digging a hole, you still have to have that tower. But the dumping designation, that can just be put anywhere. And you can see here we are attempting to make a little bit of a slope up this cliff edge here. You can see we're going from 1. So again, this time, because we're not excavating, we are dumping. F this time does it as a hill. So you can see there we're going up like that. And basically what that will do is, say I just mentioned before that we are going to be excavating down towards the coal. As we're excavating soil, that is going to produce spoil overburden, which needs to go somewhere. So if we are digging down eventually, we are going to have to dump that overburden somewhere. So I've got a little bit of a dump here at the minute, which basically, so what will happen is the excavator will dig down, put that overburden or the spoil in one of the trucks. The truck will come over here and dump that overburden in this pile here. But also we are producing waste products now because we are smelting iron ore and copper ore. You'll see if I go to, is it the, yeah, it's the smelter. We took a look at this in the last episode, but you can see it's producing, so copper, coal, produces molten copper and slag, which basically is a waste product. So that needs somewhere to be dumped. If we didn't have anywhere to dump it, the supply chain would grind to a halt. So again, this is probably a little bit far away actually. Let's take a look at it. I think do have to be, no, I don't know. I do want it to be quite far away because I want this land, you know, all to be separate. Now this truck, what have you got? You look like you're full of slag, are you? No, you're full of coal. That one, have you just filled, looks like he's filled with slag to me. Yes, he has. And we can follow his path as he drives to the pile that we've put in, leaving these tracks as well. I think that's a nice little feature. You know, if it's a well-worn track, a well-rodden track, then I don't think that's even a word. Well-used track, then it will eventually leave like a brown mark, which is quite cool. So you can see him pulling in now. He's going to back up to this mountain or this little hill. Is he going to back up to the edge, or is he just going to dump it? He's just going to dump it, but you can see there. So everything you do with excavating, mining, producing waste products has kind of an outcome. So we do have to think about that. So this probably is a little bit shallow. Maybe if I come back, so if I right click on that, lasso, and then get rid of all that, obviously we're not going to have anywhere to dump. So what I want to do first of all is press R to spin round this. So we want to be facing that way, please. And you can see there's E and Q there, and I hadn't noticed that before, which is a good thing that I'm reviewing it now, isn't it? Coming back to it. So if we press E, that gives us a steeper incline on our slope, which hopefully will get us to the top of that cliff edge, which it will. So I'll do that again. So we were at so Q, we were like that, going halfway up the cliff edge there, which is, you know, if we're going to be pouring spoil, overburden and waste products, then we may as well make use of it, because we're going to have to try and get up to this area of land. It will allow us to cut down these trees if we need to. So do that again, press E, increases the slope incline, and we're going to do that. Obviously it's going to take a long time to fill that up with just at the minute, because we are just producing slag, we're not actually producing overburden. Then it will take some time to fill that in, but we're making a start on it anyway. So we're taking our waste products and we're recycling basically, because we're producing a slope at the same time. So yeah, there we are. We've got the mining there. So again, if we wanted to go downwards into this seam here, then we're going to press the F button there, and you can see the bottom right changes from flat to down, and then we can rotate with R, and also we can manipulate the, why isn't that go in the direction I want it that way? And we can again do the same thing with the E and Q, so we can make this go a lot deeper. Ooh, if I just click back on it, spin it around in the right direction, you can see there the arrows are the direction of travel. And then we do Q and E, we can either have it really shallow or going down, so we can raise that. But you generally want to start from where the ground level is. So the ground level is, it's saying 1 here, and then we're going to be digging down. So there. Good. So hopefully I've explained that a little bit better than I had in the previous episodes. As I said, it is a big element of the game, and it does set it apart. It allows you to basically terraform this entire terrain to however you want to do it, basically. And obviously it makes things a little bit more interesting with having to do like open cast coal mines, having to move the overburden. That makes it a little bit more realistic, having to shift your overburden around and actually plan where you're going to place that overburden, because obviously it does need to live somewhere, but it doesn't want to be in your way or in the way of the vehicles. So yeah, there we are. So hopefully, yeah, I've demonstrated that fully a little bit more in this episode. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Like I said, just a short one, but nonetheless an important part of the game. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Say until next time, bye bye.